Hi, I'm Dave, and behind the camera is Jason. We are both full-time employees at UBT and the owners of Lucky Larry's Dog Treats here in Lincoln. We are gearing up for our farmers market season, so I'm going to, in the lead up to that, show you how to treat your dog. We're going to make a simple and versatile recipe that you can use in many different ways. They will net you some cute little cutout treats, these twists. I'm going to show you the equipment you need and the ingredients you need. So let's get to baking. So what you will need for this recipe is just a few simple supplies. With me I have a pizza cutter, rolling pin, 1 cup measuring cup, some cookie cutters, whatever your preference is. I have bones, paws, dogs, hydrants, cats, squirrels, a couple gloves, parchment lined baking sheet, something to mix it in. I have a giant bowl because I make thousands of these a week. And the ingredients you need, very simple. We just need whole wheat flour and some baby food. Your baby food flavor options, you can go with apple blueberry, pumpkin, sweet potato. You just want to look up what's good for dogs. Today we're going to use a banana apple pear. It's not going to have a high nutrient content to it, but it's going to give your dog a little bit of vitamin C, vitamin K, copper, and a little bit of extra fiber. So everyone wins. So our first step is going to be to mix our ingredients in our giant bowl. I'm going to take the baby food out of the containers. Super simple. What you'll notice is that it sprays on you every time you open it. Nothing we can do about that. It's all good. So just empty your 2 containers. The magic formula for this is however many of these 4-ounce containers of baby food you put in your mixing bowl, you're going to add about 1 cup of flour. It's really that simple. So I'm just going to finish emptying these in here. I'm going to do 2 today. You can do as many as you want. Just stick to your formula. Put these over here. So I'm going to do a full cup of flour. It's right on top of there. And I'm going to do a little less than another cup, just because I can always add more flour. Put on your handy gloves, because you're just going to mix this with your own hands, like the pros do. All right, so I just start stirring it around with my hand. You'll notice it gets a little crumbly in there. When you get to this point, start pressing it down. We're going to fold in the flour. Now, you can't smell this, but it smells really good right now. I try to get all the flour I can. This is about the perfect amount of flour to baby food ratio, because it's not sticky and it's easy to knead. Okay, I have grabbed my cutting board. You can use whatever you want to roll this out on. You can even roll it out on the counter. I have this beautiful ball of dough that we're going to roll out. I have an awesome rolling pin that I splurged on. We're gonna actually roll this out to about a 1/4 inch thick. Mine does the measuring for me. It's 8 millimeters if you're really into the metric system. So we're just gonna roll this out right here. What you're gonna do first though, is give this a little spritz of cooking oil here if you have any on hand. If not, it's not gonna matter. So, it's as simple as rolling it out. Put a little elbow grease into it. All right, we got the dough all rolled out. So now that we have the dough all rolled out, there's a several different things we can do with the dough. I'll show you each and every one of them. Let's get to cutting. All right, so I have set my oven to 350 degrees. You want to do that before you start cutting out. I have with me my parchment lined baking sheet, my cookie cutters, my dough, and what I'm rolling it out on, and the pizza cutter. We'll move on to the pizza cutter here in just a second. But right now, we're just going to start cutting these out. What I do is always start at the very edge. Start cutting out. Look how cute those are. We'll just do a lot of different shapes here. Check out this squirrel. Isn't that great? I always get right to the edge because you're not going to want to roll this dough very much. It can get tough. I'll show you what to do with the extra dough. But just get right to the edge so that you can get the most out of the dough. Just finishing up the rest of this dough here. I didn't cut very close to the edge there, did I? Do as I say, not as I do, folks. So these are just the leftovers after cutting them out. I'm only going to re-roll this one more time, so we're just gonna smush all this back together into another handy ball here. I'm gonna spray this surface again with the cooking spray. I use canola oil because it's proven safe for dogs. I would recommend that. I don't know if you want to use Pam or anything like that. You can look more into that, but the canola oil I find is the perfect thing to use. So I have another sweet little ball of dough. I'm only going to roll it out one more time because it gets really tough if you roll it too much. It'll make your treats really tough, and plus who wants to roll out that tough dough? So we're going to incorporate our cookie cutter next. I'm just going to flatten that out a little bit there. I'm just gonna do some strips. We're using a pizza cutter now. So we'll just do some little strips. You can go even thinner. It's very easy to cut, unless you have a rickety old pizza cutter. Just be smooth like my perm, straight lines. If you mess up, your dog is not going to care. So these I'm actually just going to throw on the cookie sheet. I call these scramples. They're scraps, and I give them away as samples, scramples. Cook them up. Your dog genuinely does not care what shape his treats are in as long as they taste good. So, back to the strips now. We're going to take this. This is one of the things I do with them. Just give it a little roll here. And check this out. You can make a little mini pretzel for your dog. Do that again. I'll show you in slow-mo how to do that. It's super scientific. Take your two ends, wrap them around each other, give it a little twist, and stick the ends to the bottom. We'll do one more with this thick guy here. One little twist there, and stick it down. So apple, pear, and banana pretzels there. The next thing I'm going to do, I showed you those twists earlier. We're just going to take two equal sized strips. You can do two different flavors too. That's one of my treats actually. And you just take them and twist them up. Lay them on your cookie sheet. So now on cookie sheet. We've got the cute little cutouts. We've got pretzels on there. We've got the twists and your scramples. I'm going to pop these in the oven for about 15 minutes and we'll check back then. All right, my timer just went off, so I'm going to put out a couple hot pads here on the counter and pull these out of the oven. All right, so I cooked these for about 15 minutes. That makes them nice and soft. You can actually just turn your oven down to 200 if you want to dry them out a little bit more, if you want a crispier treat for your dog. I try to make treats that any dog can eat, whether they have dental issues or they're elderly dogs, anything like that. So we have these fun little treats. These will get you by until you come see us at the Sunday Farmers Market at College View starting at the end of April. We're there from 10 to 2 every Sunday, and we look forward to seeing you at the markets. Thank you very much.